Okay, I'd like to go over a few sets of headphones here. I have Bose QC35s and recently acquired Bose QC30s. Now, these are both very similar as far as these being the Quiet Comfort 35s. They're over-the-ear headphones, extremely comfortable, good at noise canceling. And we have the QC30, which is Quiet Control 30, whereas you can control the noise canceling level from nothing to, full-blown noise cancellation. So I was looking forward to these. and for a reference, I kind of want to look at these Beats by Dre, or Beats by Apple, Solo 3s with the W1 chip, 40-hour battery life. Pretty solid headset here. They're all in the same price range. These are the exact same price as the Solo 3s, and the QC35s are $50 more. The reason I would like to make this video is because the QC35s I have had, and they're great. They connect to two devices at the same time completely seamlessly. If I'm using my computer and I get a phone call, I can answer it right on my headphones if it's paired to my phone as well. And then if I just go back to playing music on there, there's no lag, there's nothing. It does it all the time. I can connect it to a different device if I'd like to. And the button functions on here for the volume up, pause, play, answer phone, everything is very tactile, responsive. It works very well. It sits kind of behind your ear. You press it, you pause it, you play it, and you're good. And I have taken these in extremely noisy environments, made phone calls on them, and not only could I not hear anything in the noisy environment because the sound was being blocked out, the people could hear me fine. I believe that these microphones are also canceling out noise that's going to callers on the other end of the line. So these are extremely well for the fact that they cancel out noise, they're extremely comfortable, and they're good for making calls. So that all this being said, the QC30s, the exact same companies, these guys come out with these in-ear models, which I believe is going to be on the same level for call quality, for sound. I didn't mention the actual sound is good for the QC35s, and after the first day of listening to these, the first experience I thought it wasn't going to be as good, and then it actually grew on me, and now they almost sound better, more clear, more crisp, and maybe that's because they're directly in my ear, but they sound good. Now when I go and make a phone call in a noisy environment, the people on the other end cannot hear me. Not only can they not hear me, I cannot hear anything either, because these seem to absorb all the sound instead of canceling things out. It's almost like it amplifies the wind. If you're in a grocery store and there's music playing overhead, it amplifies the radio playing overhead. So I was totally disappointed because I've walked around with these for hours and I can't move my head. It feels like, my neck is broken or something and I'm in some kind of cast. But they sound great and they could do the trick. These, in my mind, should basically mimic what those are, except, I've worn these all day and it's no problem. I can even just kind of tuck them into my shirt and forget about it. Okay, so the call quality is absolutely horrible. Now also this neckband moves around. Okay, it moves around quite a bit. It's not ever going to stay in the same place. Now I kind of look at it with, it's like you could sit here and completely forget about it and never have to deal with it. That would be one thing, but you can't do that with a set of headphones like this either. You can't, well, you could put it behind your, here, but you've got this huge headphone here and you've got to take them on, take them off, so this is kind of the same thing. Instead of taking it on, taking it off, you kind of got to, when it starts moving one way here, you might have to move it a little bit, but I've noticed if I'm wearing a coat or a sweatshirt, it moves a lot more than it does just like this. So I'm disappointed with these because the call quality, the sound is pretty good. The call quality is horrible. And once I get into the wind also with the sound, it amplifies the wind with the music playing. Now these, it doesn't do anything like that. It's probably because they're over ear. But this is just almost, if you go onto a windy day somewhere and put these on it, you will see what I mean. And don't even try and make a phone call, because you will not be able to talk to the person on the other end of the phone. So most likely, I mean, I have to bite the bullet and return these, because as much as, you know, as well as they're built and as great as it is and how comfortable they are, the fact of the matter is, when it's windy, which it often is, you can't hear your music very well. And I will never be able to make a phone call on this device unless I'm sitting in my house. And there is one other problem here. These headphones work, you know, seamless. You know, if I'm on my computer doing whatever and a phone call rings on my phone and I answer it, there's no problem. I can answer the call. Press the play pause button, answer. Now I've noticed if I have these paired to my computer and paired to my phone and I'm doing something on my computer, same scenario, my phone rings, this play pause button to answer the call, excuse me, does not work. I can't answer the call. It's like a bug. It's like a glitch. That's not good. That's not good for being at home. That means you have to find your phone wherever it is, in your pocket, next to you, behind you, and you have to physically answer the call on the phone, which kind of defeats the purpose of having the Bluetooth headset with the controls by your ear. So these were my reference point. These are the Beats by the Solo 3s, and they're actually, you know, if they weren't called Beats, they would actually be a really good headphone, because, you know, if people didn't judge them by the name. I've listened to these and I put on the Bose and I listened to these, and there are some songs, there's a lot of songs where I just sit there and say, I can't even tell the difference. And I'm not an audiophile. I listen to music all the time. I want something that sounds good. But like, for me, it's more about function. If I'm gonna be able, these are great because they last 40 hours. I actually never really, these don't ever tell me when they're gonna die, because they don't die, you know. I'll always find time in a 40-hour lifespan of a battery to find some time to charge it. You know what I mean? But the battery life in these is great too. But it does tell you do notice it going down, whereas these, they seem like they keep on trucking. And they sound good, and all the functions work. And now the call quality is excellent in here. The call quality on these is just okay. When I'm in a noisy environment, people can hear me, but maybe they're struggling to hear me. So the difference between those two and then this is the call quality is so poor you can't even use it. And I can say that they almost shouldn't have that on there. They should take the microphone off completely if it's that bad, or improve it. Whatever they're doing in here, they should do with this, or at least attempt it a little bit better, because this is a joke. It's unfortunate to say, but this is a total joke. And I don't want to rag on these, because like I said, I love how comfortable they are and how well made they are, but there's no way around the fact that they sound that bad on a call. And it bums me out, because I didn't want to keep them. I brought these cases out because the Bose comes in this case, and it's a great case. It comes with cords and charging cables. It's hard. And the QC30s come in also a hard case. So I mean, everything about it had the appeal of being like the QC35s, and I was excited and I was ready to have one awesome set of headphones. You know what I mean? And as far as keeping them on 100% just for music, besides the fact that this rotates around a little bit, it's like, oh, okay, you know, it's a little annoying here and there. Besides that, you can wear these all day and forget about it. If you're not worried about taking a call, or you're not going to be out in the wind, or you're going to be around the house doing things, these are These are awesome. Even going out and about, running through the grocery store with these on. If you're not making a phone call, these things sound awesome. You can't hear anybody. The noise canceling is great. But nothing will change the fact that when someone calls you and you answer the phone, nothing takes away from that experience, because people are important. Phone calls are important. I feel like this should be improved on, and I'll actually probably return it until I have my fingers crossed. I hope this W1 chip gets licensed out and Bose, it finds its way into a Bose wireless headset, because these, they missed the mark. They missed the mark in many areas. QC35s, totally great. I hope that you found this video somewhat helpful. I know that I am on the fence with just bringing these back to the store. I have a few more days to kind of debate if I'm going to return them or not, but I think it would be wise to take them back, because I can't have a pair of headphones that I can just wear around the house and then not use if I'm going to be outdoors and I need to take a phone call. Thanks.